Carr and the Raiders come up 1st and 10 at their 25-yard line. A running play on 1st down, and it turns into a fight just to get back to the line of scrimmage. Officially no gain on the play, and it's 2nd down. So after the run for no gain, here's 2nd and 10.
He's coming. Express. He's coming. Double up. Smooth.
Now this time, Carl throw. A 50-50 ball here, and it's intercepted. Darius Slay with a pick. And his guys are going to take over at their own 48-yard line. Well, not a good omen there. His first throw of the afternoon, intercepted.
And I know what the fans are thinking right now. I hope there's not negative thoughts in his head going forward since that's his first throw of the game. But one of the things I remember about him coming out of school is he's able to wipe things away pretty easily and move on.
It'll be a loss of 1, and that'll bring up a 2nd and 11.
At the 47-yard line.
Lady. Double right. 21. Check 99. Check 99.
Now a man who really stepped up last year. This is Matt Breida. 8 yards there on the carry, and now they're left with a much more manageable 3rd and 3.
That's a really good job right there. Just kept stringing that play out, pushing him further and further towards the sideline. Really good fundamentals by that defense.
He was trying to put his foot in the ground and turn upfield. He just couldn't.
No, they really had a picket fence in front of him. No room to find to get upfield.
And he's got the first, but we also have a flag on the field. And they're already walking backwards. So this will be accepted as it moves the offense backwards.
Nice hit, boy.
And this 3rd down looking very tough after the holding penalty. 3rd and long. After the run, now Stafford going to throw. Looking for Sanders here on the deep ball. And unable to connect. Incomplete. They'll give them credit. They took their shot, but it's going to bring up 4th down.
Well, you've got a receiver here who's got 1 touchdown already in his first quarter, and they were trying to double his pleasure there, wanting to continue to go to the guys already gotten into the end zone. But good coverage to make sure that this time it fell incomplete.
The Oakland offense about ready to start this next drive. And it's only November, but the playoffs, we know how it works. They'll be here before you know it. If it ended today, they would be the #1 seed.
And that's a great spot to be in, but I love the phrase, if it ended today. And I'll guarantee you, that's what they've discussed in their locker room, in their meeting rooms. Yeah, we know where we'd be if it ended today, but we also know it's not ending today.
Right.
So they've got to continue to play the type of ball that put them in the spot where they're #1 in their conference.
On 2nd down, this is Jackson. Defenders giving chase, but I don't think they're going to get there. 20, 10, and all the way in. Touchdown, Oakland. A great effort there with his 16th touchdown of the year, as his guys can now take the lead with the extra point. Now for the extra point, Daniel Carlson. And he's got it up and through. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. That'll be taken in the end zone. And he'll elect not to return this one, so they'll bring it out to the 25 on the touchback. The offense now at the line, ready for their next drive. And they're coming off a 3-and-out, my friend.
I think they've got to look at that play sheet and go to a spot that they haven't gone before. Time to shake things up a little bit to try and get this offense moving.
Okay, so how do you do that? How do you shake things up?
You look at what you've called before, realize it hasn't worked
Go to
so
something
well,
else.
and maybe try and find one of those special plays from one of your better players, and maybe try and hit something big and get things going in the excitement area.
Maybe a good spot to take a shot. Here's 2nd and a yard from the 34.
57 to Mike. 57 to Mike.
Hey, foxtrot.
Now it's Stafford. Throwing the out route incomplete. That's Sanders. And he'll be brought down shy of the 40 at the 38-yard line. 4 yards the pickup, first down. After one, a 1-point game, 7-6. The Lions with the football here to begin the second quarter as they've got it with a 1st and 10. So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. Out of the gun, Stafford. Out to the left there and complete to the tight end, Hockenson. 10 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be 2nd down.
Let's just break this down and make it pretty simple. Key to the drag route, letting the play develop, finding the hole in the defense, and giving your athlete, yes, athlete, a chance to make something happen once he has the ball in his hands.
A good down to possibly take a shot, and in fact, they'll come up with an empty backfield on 2nd and inches. Again, it's Stafford. To the left side and complete for Julian Edelman. And he'll get it into enemy territory just across midfield at the 49. They'll get 3 as the drive continues. It's a 1st down. Stafford going to come up 1st and 10. And he's 4 for 4 now, throwing the ball to start the drive.
Alpha.
57.
32.
Hey. Hey, let's get there. 57 to Mike.
Pilot. 6.
Stafford looks to throw again. Going to throw right side here, complete. And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. 23 yards on the play.
Ready. Ladies.
Watch the curve.
Easy.
Let's 57.
Real right. 22. Hey. High 7.
57 to Mike. Watch QB.
On 1st down, it's Stafford. And that incompletion breaks a string of 5 straight connections. And it's 2nd down.
It's always a battle. Who's going to win on 1st down, the offense or the defense? Let's face it, if you've got the ball, 4 yards or more on 1st down is what you're aiming for. They tried to throw for it there. Nice effort to knock that one away and bring up 2nd down.
Once again, they'll come up on the 26-yard line, 2nd and 10.
We own them. Hey, check 24. Check 24.
Throwing again. Stafford. Well, that's complete to Sanders. And they'll be inside the 25 now at the 24.
I know most of the time when the ball's in the air, you're thinking wide receiver, tight end, but running backs, they can be a big part of any passing offense nowadays.
And they're left looking at 3rd and 8 after the 2nd down pass play only went for 2. The Lions will use the first of their timeouts. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this second quarter. Seventh play of the drive forthcoming on 3rd and 8.
50.
57 to Mike. 57 to Mike. Here we go, D. Hey, it's just me and you. It's just me and you. It's just me and you.
Throwing again at Stafford. That is caught inside the 5. And he'll get into the end zone. Touchdown, Detroit. A 24-yard touchdown. And the Lions are going to jump back in front. This time, the extra point up and good. And the decision to just kick the extra point winds up successful. After the touchdown, out is Prater to kick. That'll be taken in the end zone. And he'll make it across the 20 as his guys will set up shop at the 23-yard line. The Raider offense set to get this drive started. And for them, a touchdown their last go-around. Obviously, they'll be hoping to do that again.
And when you start plotting for this drive, when you start thinking to yourself, okay, what are we going to do? You don't go away from what you did before because that worked, but you have to be prepared for wrinkles and counters because you know they'll make some adjustments. That goes down as a loss against his rushing stats. But really, should he have to absorb that one? He had no chance on that play before they overwhelmed him.
Pretty much on top of him before he could take his first step. And for a second straight play, the Lion defense drops him behind the line of scrimmage. That backs him up 1 yard and brings up third down.
Anytime you call an inside running play, you just know there should be a lot of congestion there. You're counting on your offensive line to take control of the line of scrimmage. That didn't happen in this case, and that play got bottled up.
So time to start going in the other direction as they come up now 3rd and long.
Watch the safety creep. White.
To throw, it's Carr. Incomplete. He had his hands on it but couldn't pick it. But it's now 4th down. Not much going on this drive. Looks like they're going to have to punt it away, CD.
And right now I know a lot of their fans are screaming for the OC to change things up, get away from what he's been calling. Sometimes you just need better execution of the plays that have been called.
Fielded at the 20. Skirts by him at the 35. A good return there, 17 yards. And the Lions will take over. The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive. And they're hoping to redo their efforts in the last drive when they got into the end zone.
And just think of what it's like now on the sideline. Because when you score a touchdown, you have to go over and look at the tablet and see what you did on the last drive. When you scored points, it's a whole lot better view than when you're trying to figure out how to fix things there.
Call it a gain of 4 on first, and that'll make it 2nd down. They'll fake it. Now Stafford. And that's going to be incomplete. Too tough to hold on to that one. It's 2nd down.
Brandon, it looked like he had his hands on it for a moment, but let's face it, that was going to be a tough catch all the way because of the presence of the defense right there as he was trying to haul it in.
Yeah, nice job to force the incompletion. So after the 2nd down incompletion, they'll come up now against a 3rd and 6. Stafford. And he'll have his man. That's Edelman. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. 11 yards there as they connect on the quick slant.
First down, Detroit.
Now a play fake it at Stafford. He'll buy some time right. And he's got this down a yard or two shy of the 40 before he's out of bounds. Nice work to get 7 out of that, and it's 2nd down.
Okay, he's not going to get the first down, but this is still a nice job of buying some time and then running to get to the sideline and get out of bounds and avoid the big hit.
Ready? Go 20!
Come on, D. Double time. We got 4.
Throwing again on 2nd down. Stafford, he's got a man complete. It's Julian Edelman. And brought down, but able to get it to their 30-yard line. A gain of 13. It's a first down. And we've hit the 2-minute mark in this first half of action. So 1st and 10 now from the 30.
Let's go.
All right, coming up at intermission. Charles, you want to wait to enhance your Saturday?
I certainly do.
I've got just a thing for you. It's the coach, Jonathan Coachman, standing by in Orlando. He'll be alongside at half to take us through the weekend in the NFL.
50's the mic. Man, I got you. My experience 50 minus 50.
Stafford on first down. He's got his tight end over the middle, T.J. Hockenson. And down he goes, taking it inside the 10, just shy of the 5 at the 6. 23 yards, the final tally.
At the 6-yard line.
Set, blue 60.
Squeeze, double.
Hey, easy.
Double tight. Hey, 4 down. Here we go. 50. Mike 50.
Hey, check.
Throwing is Stafford. This will be caught at about the 5. And he's able to get it down to the 2-yard line. Nice job defensively to hold him to 4, and now it's 2nd and goal.
And, partner, I think that was a great example that not all tight ends are created equal, because everything was right. Got the completion, but he's not one of the more dynamic guys in the league. So even though he caught it, couldn't turn it into much more.
From the 2 now, 2nd and goal. It's a 2nd down run with Sanders. And he'll get him a bit closer as he's down to the 2-yard line. A minimal gain there on the 8th play of the drive.
That run didn't get very far, and I think when you're looking at his dimensions, he's a little bit on the smaller side. He's counting on the big guys up front to escort him in, and they couldn't create any kind of space for him, could they?
Yeah, didn't get the push they needed. They'll try to run with Sanders. And this one will wind up with him losing yardage back to the 4-yard line. Now the Raiders going to go ahead and use the second of their timeouts as they'll stop it with a little over 30 seconds to go in the first half of play. So on 4th down, the Lions turn it over to Matt Prater for the field goal try. From the left hash, a chip shot here. And the 12-year veteran knocks it right through. And now it's a 2-score game at 9, 16-7. Still a little bit of time left here in the second quarter, but they do get 3 before the half and expand that lead.
And they have to be happy about that, and we haven't met a team yet that doesn't put an emphasis on trying to get points on the board in the last 2 minutes of a half. They'll be real excited to have those up on the board.
Come on, brother. First and 10 at their own 21-yard line.
The offense back out there at the line, ready for their next drive. You've got less than 30 seconds left here in the half. You're well on your own side of the field. What are we doing here, Coach Davis?
Well, I'm trying something on first down, and it's something that's safe. It's something that's been done many times before. A lot of people say it's not even worth trying.
A battle for it, and it's intercepted. Picked off at the 24. And his guys have got it back at the closing stages of the first half. That late in the clock, second quarter, why not just run it a time or two and get it into the locker room?
What you're saying makes absolutely perfect sense. Run it and get out of there. But I'm just wondering if the pressure of today's NFL and the high-powered offenses that you're facing may force them into saying, let's try and get some more points.
The Lions now going to use the second of their timeouts as they'll stop the clock with 12 seconds to go in this first half.
2nd and 5 at the 28-yard line.
Second and 5 after the 5-yard completion on first down.
Hey, we're going 37 to Mike. Mike 37. Now I'm going to lose one. Hey, we're going 37. Look at him.
Here's Stafford. And he's going to be out of bounds right at midfield. 22 yards there, a first down.
A gain of 22 yards. And the Lions first down.
Ready? 180. It's just me and you. It's just me and you. Hey. We're going 37.
Stay 50.
65.
Hey, Charlie.
65. And we're going 37 to Mike. Mike 37. You.
From the 50, it's Stafford. He's going to throw one up for the end zone. And this will be incomplete. 1 second left to go.
It's now 2nd and 10.
And this will probably be the last play of the quarter.
Hey, watch the slam. Watch the slam.
10, 10.
Here we go. 37's the Mike. Mike 37. All day, dog.
Hey, easy, easy.
The final shot before the break, Stanford. And he's going to go down. Couldn't get a throw off with the pressure. Maybe that was for the best, as that brings us to the end of this first half of play. All right, Coach, thank you, and we welcome everyone back for quarter number 3. Both teams appear ready for the fight ahead, and we resume action here in quarter number 3. Fairly short kick, taking it to 14 here. And they're going to start this drive in pretty good shape as they get it up past the 30.
At their own 33-yard line.
The Oakland offense about ready to start this next drive. They're close game, but they're going to need to do a little bit better probably here in half 2, no?
I would agree with that totally. I would guess it in the locker room. They talked about cleaning up some of the errors, but overall, I think they wanted to be positive with them. Guys, we're right there. Just not playing as well as we need to. Let's pick it up, and we still have a chance to win this game.
Yeah, they do. We'll see if they can pick it up.
Any day. Type 1, Raider 1. Hey, Mike 51, Mike 51.
Again, it's Jackson as he'll stay on the ground. And the hole closes quickly there. He gets maybe a couple up to the 38.
Another scouting report on him is that he doesn't possess the eye discipline to be an elite linebacker. And what that means is his ability to read, react, and make a play. But on that one, he looked like one of those guys.
Man, that's trash. Raider 1. Check.
On third down, this is Jackson. And this effort won't be enough as they rally up to stop him a couple of yards short. 3 yards won't be enough here as that'll bring up fourth down.
Another down on the scoreboard, but the urge to go for it is almost irresistible here on 4th and short. Yeah, I know they're on their own side of the field.
I was going to say.
Normally I would say punt the ball away, but I'm feeling it. I say go for it.
Lucky.
Easy, kill.
Watch quick.
Greystone, travel.
Here we go on fourth down with Carr. A curious decision to go for it, but it pays off with a first down.
Looks to me, partner, like he's learned a little bit because earlier in the game, I think he was trying to force a lot of throws into some windows that just weren't open.
Yeah, the interceptions had plagued him, especially a second interception, really a bad throw, so maybe a better decision there.
Yeah, no doubt about it. I think he learned from earlier in the game, and he's applying it now.
No room to be had there on the first down run as he's lucky to get back to the line of scrimmage. The tackle there by Quandre Diggs. They tried to run it to the short side of the field. There just wasn't a whole lot of room to work with.
Yeah, it seems like things just kept getting strung out towards the sideline, and he kept looking for a spot to dive up into the gap. There just wasn't one, so that turned into nowhere to run, nowhere to hide.
And no gain.
22 jet bomber, 22 jet bomber.
Now they'll throw with Carr. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Trey Flowers in there to get him, and that is sack number 6 now for him on the year. And we say it all the time, have to be able to get rid of the ball sooner than that.
You have to help your offensive line out. They're going to protect you as best they can. And if you're getting 3 to 5 seconds to throw the ball, they're doing a really nice job. But when you hold it and give up a sack, you're really almost discrediting their work.
Come up the ball. Shift. Watch the shift.
On play action, it's Carr. And almost picked off. I guess the good news for them now, it's 4th down.
Incomplete.
Credit the secondary and credit the defensive game plan. They've been in his hip pocket all game long. They understood coming in that he was a big-time receiver.
Again, the offense will stay out there. They've converted once on this drive. What can they do here on 4th down? Throwing now is Carr. He'll rifle this one deep right side. That's caught inside the 20. And all the way in. Touchdown, Oakland. Tyler Lockett, his 5th touchdown now on the year, as they have now chopped this lead down to 3. That certainly went against the traditional ways of playing football, but who cares? Look at the result. Big touchdown.
They went for it on their own side of the 50. So there's conservative, there's aggressive, and there's really aggressive, which is what we just saw there. Tip of the cap to them.
So the lead shaved to 2 now as the kickoff is away. And a fair catch signaled for and taken successfully.
The Lions take over 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
The offense now at the line, ready for their next drive.
That's what I do. Slam.
Hey! 22!
37's the mic. Mike 37. Yo.
They start on the ground here at Sanders. And he'll wind up with about 6, up past the 30 to the 31. Now I think we're going to get a timeout here. Yes, a timeout here as it looks like we've got a Lion that's shaken up. We'll take a break and get a report from Oakland after this. They'll come up now 2nd and 4 from the 31. On 2nd down, a run with Breida. He's got daylight. The 20, 10, and he'll get into the end zone. Touchdown, Detroit. Matt Breida, his 3rd touchdown now on the year. And the Lions are able to extend their lead. And on that long run, maybe the defense caught napping a little bit.
The concentration level may not have been there. I agree with you on that one because those types of plays, when they result like that, they're almost like big bolts of lightning, aren't they? Whoosh, and off he goes.
That'll be taken in the end zone. And the decision to bring it out will cost him about 5 yards as he'll get this only back to the 20.
At their own 20-yard line.
The Raider offense set to get this drive started. They did what they had to do to start this 3rd quarter, went down, got the touchdown to cut the lead, but the matching touchdown a moment ago, and we're right back where we started at halftime.
Yeah, you're exactly right, partner. They had a little bounce in their step after scoring that 1st touchdown, but the defense gave one up, and that's the problem right now. Can they get better play from their defense while they continue to score on offense?
And now the ball's out. Carr lost it. Fumble.
On plays like this where the ball comes free, it's often unusual for the team that lost it to get it back because this is the quarterback. The ball gets away from him. Everyone else is trying to execute what they're supposed to do on offense. They're usually looking in the other direction, downfield, or have moved away from him. In this case, though, a teammate is able to come up with the ball.
Throwing on 2nd and long. Carr will try and set up the screen. It's complete. And he's going to be met behind the line of scrimmage and taken down. And a penalty flag is going to come out on top of it. So free kick situation forthcoming from the 20 as they'll punt this one away. This is taken around the 12.
We play to win. Let's go.
The The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive. And they will simply, Charles, be looking to duplicate what they did last drive when they were able to push it in for 6.
And they hope it'll be that easy, right? To be able to take exactly what happened before, replicate it. They may have to make a few additional changes along the way because I'm sure the defense will make some adjustments, but they've got to have great confidence having scored the last time out.
He's able to rip off 32 on that one. It's a first down. So the big play moves him all the way across midfield to the 40 now for 1st and 10. Stafford now to throw. Rush coming, and he's taken down. Michael Kendricks able to record his 5th sack of the season. Man, he got in there so quickly, Charles. What could the offense have done to adjust and account for that?
And what you're hoping is that you figure out and you see and get a clue that maybe there's going to be some pressure coming at you, and you change the blocking schemes. Maybe you go to max protection. The biggest one is maybe you bring your running back in to try and keep you clean. But in that case, that didn't happen. 0 accountability, and a sack resulted.
Set. Blue 60. Hey, 22. Hey, give me radar.
Hey, come on out here. Come get some.
Hey, wahoo.
Now whistles, and the Raiders are going to signal for a timeout. It's just their first, so 2 remaining as they burn one here in this 3rd quarter.
Ready. Lady. Alert. 40 gun. 40 gun. Hey, Delta.
Throwing on 3rd down, Stafford. Looking downfield for Jones. And that'll wind up incomplete. Bold play call there. Now it's 4th down. You can tell they were hoping for a flag there offensively. Several on the sideline motioning, hey, why not a penalty? Why not a penalty? What did you see?
Yeah, I think you've got to let them play, and the officials are instructed. If there's contact coming from both sides, no flag. Let them fight it out.
And forces 4th down. Well, I was watching him in warm-ups, and he hit a 62-yarder that hit the crossbar and went over this one a little bit inside of that, but not enough leg.
And the difference is what?
Well, your live conditions, right?
Live conditions, game conditions are a whole lot different than practice, where you just pop it up there, no rush, no pressure. I think maybe that takes a couple of yards away from you when you have to do it when it's real.
185. Push him back. Under 10. 734. 618.
On 2nd and 15 now. Carr eluding the pressure right. And he's going to be intercepted a 3rd time. It's Will Harris, the rookie from Boston College, who picked it. The offense back out there at the line, ready for their next drive. Last time out, they had that long 50-plus yard field goal that they missed.
And I'm sure on their sideline they're thinking to themselves, okay, do we still want to try one?
Blitz coming, and down he goes.
It's 2nd down.
Got to imagine the pass rush will be equally intense here on 2nd down following the sack. It's 2nd and 18. Back now in the East Bay. It's the Lions holding onto the football, and they also have the lead as we start quarter number 4. So that complicates things a bit here. 18 yards to go now on 2nd down. This is Breida. And he's taken down right at the 45-yard line. 23 yards to pick up there.
Brendan, every great running backs coach I've talked with has always talked about when you have great vision, you're not consciously thinking about your cuts and your moves, you're just doing them. And I think that's what we're seeing tonight. He's about running them into submission, hasn't he?
You took the words right out of my mouth. I was just going to use that phrase. He has run them into submission.
Wave the white flag.
On this day, the ground has been his, but at least on that individual play, we just saw the defense finally with a win.
Yeah, they finally got one, and that's a win for them, but all game long, he's seen the holes, and they've been huge for him. Kind of like a baseball hitter in the zone. The ball seems bigger, and he's just whacking it. These guys, they've got it going today.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on third down.
Mike, 57.
Hey, exit. Give me that ball, defense. Give me that ball. Give me that ball, defense. Alert!
57 to Mike. 57 to Mike.
A shotgun snap for Stanford. Slant route caught by Edelman. And he's going to have another first down as the tackle comes at the Raiders' 32-yard line.
Lady.
From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10.
Hey. Kid 33, kid 33. Three bucks.
From the gun, here's Stafford. And down he goes. They sack him back right around the 41-yard line. Now the Raiders going to go ahead and use the second of their timeouts. That's going to leave them with just one remaining here in this fourth quarter. Got to imagine the pass rush will be equally intense here on second down following the sack. It's 2nd and 18.
White.
Let's go, Mike 50. Mike 50.
Back to throw, Stafford. And a big loss here as he's taken down. Now the Raiders going to burn their third and final timeout. So that will leave them with no timeouts left. Still plenty of time on the clock. We'll see how that affects things here in this fourth quarter. Need something from deep in the bag of tricks here after 1st and 2nd down went backwards. It's 3rd and very long.
53. Ready.
Operating from the gun. Stafford under pressure again, and down he goes again. Geno Atkins. The offensive line is in tatters as that's now 3 sacks in 3 plays. Here's Sam Martin now as he'll punt it away for the second time. This will be fielded at the 17. 45 yards, that's what the punt goes for. 5 on the return. And the Raiders will take over now 1st and 10. The Oakland offense about ready to start this next drive. And following the interception, just any interception, are you a little bit more cautious when you start that next drive, or no, you just throw that out the window?
I think you are. I don't think that there's any way you can run back out there and go, totally didn't affect me. Let's just go ahead and be loose with the football again. You're going to take care of it, but you have to be careful about being too cautious because now you can't run any offense at all.
Still want to attack. We'll see how they attack him here. On the run, this is Jackson. Give him 5 on the carry there, and it'll be 2nd down.
Oh, that's one to warm the hearts of all those old-school football players, isn't it? Tough, hard, gritty run, got behind his pads, bowled over a few people. Look at that one, right up the gut.
So up through 3 quarters, no reason to lighten up now.
61, matchbox, light.
On 2nd down now, it's Jackson. And that play going absolutely nowhere as he's belted before he could get out of the backfield. That'll set him back with a loss of 3 on the play. And that'll bring up a 3rd down.
Down. 188. You got to get the ball, D. Get the ball right here. Let's go.
Working from the gun, it's Carr. Now he'll dump it underneath to his running back, complete. And he can only manage to get this to the 45-yard line, well short of the first.
Let's get it.
On the draw, Richard. And he won't get there. They stop him a few yards short of the line to gain. Jason Garrett might be wanting to reconsider the decision to go for it there. And the Lions will get the football back in terrific field position. On 1st down, here's Breida. And I think this defense knew what was coming as he is smothered behind the line. That really sets him back. A loss of 6.
Brandon, it's clearly a running situation when you're up in the 4th quarter. They're going to have to stack the box and make it difficult for them to move the ball.
Made it very difficult right there. Now they need to repeat that effort.
Yeah, bring 7, 8, 9, whatever it's going to take to slow them down.
Now on 2nd and 16. Stafford forced out to his left. And his throw's going to be incomplete. He was waving his arms, wanted the football, but he dropped it. And that reminds me of a story you told me from your days at Tennessee. We don't need to mention the other guy's name, but when he dropped an open pass that you blew coverage on, what did you say to him?
Yeah, it's really not right since I blew coverage, but since he dropped the pass, I said, well, maybe next time he'll just walk it out here and hand it to you. Would that be easier? He wasn't real thrilled with that.
That's cold-blooded. Cold-blooded. And the pressure gets to him and brings him down. Stafford is sacked. Getting the sack, the big D tackle, Geno Atkins. Here's Sam Martin now. 2 minutes left to play in this football game here on EA Sports. So the Lions in possession of the football as we welcome you back. They've got a fourth down here in a game that looks to have been decided already. His first punt, 48 yards. This one looks equally as good. That's a 49-yard punt, 8, though, on the return. And out will come the offense as they take over. The offense now at the line, ready for their next drive. And this offense last time turned it over, went for it on fourth, didn't get it. They're lucky, though, because no points against the team on the board, but we'll see how they respond.
Yeah, they've got to get a lot of credit to their defensive teammates, don't they? They had their backs on that last series, and because they did so, that allows the coach to still stay aggressive on offense and maybe go for it again in a similar situation.
I was going to say, maybe makes that offense feel good, but when you know you've got a defense making stands like that.
Yeah, that'll loosen up things a little bit, won't it? Maybe you'll play a little bit better the next time you have the ball.
Carr to throw on 3rd and 1. And an alley to run. And now the ball's out. Carr lost it. Fumble. And this is scooped up by the Lions. And they take possession of the football and have it at the 36-yard line.
Well, that drive wasn't a case of wanting to put points on the board. It was needing having to, and they didn't get it done.
Yeah, didn't get it done, and now you look at the situation and the point differential, 2 scores, pretty much game, set, match.
How about the takeaway, though, huh? How about those defensive guys?
Come on, let's go. Line 50.
Following the fumble recovery, Stafford. He's going to take a shot right away for the end. And intercepted. Maybe the turning point they need. Good positioning, and it's picked off. He's at it again, Charles. He had the pick 6 last week. Not a pick 6 here, but an interception.
It's another Oski, because that's the word we use when we intercept a pass. Oski tells your team to rally around and block for you. Though that worked really well last week because he made it all the way to the end zone. This week he got the Oski, maybe not a touchdown, but boy, he's playing really well.
And he'll be tackled at the 23 after a gain of 3. Rashawn Melvin in on the stop. On 2nd and 7, Carr. Oh, it's a screen pass. That's complete. And right now, defensively, you love that, don't you? I mean, you'll give them that play.
And they'll take it every single time. This is almost like nickeling and diming it downfield, and too much time's going to run off the clock.
The Raiders on 3rd down. A pretty woeful 0 for 5 thus far. Here it's 3rd and 3. Now Carr. And he locates Luke Wilson. And he gets it to the 34. Good enough for the first. It's an 8-yard pickup and leads to a new set of downs. They run on 1st down with Jackson. And he'll be taken down here, and that is how this one is going to come to an end. So this one's over. It's a win for the Detroit Lions, and they were spurred on by a strong performance in that 4th quarter as they held their opponents off the scoreboard.
Everyone wants to pitch a shutout for the entire game, but when you throw one in the 4th quarter, that tells everyone that you're getting stronger and dominance is starting to take over, right? The way that you close, the way that you finish, that gets preached to you from the time you're playing Little League football all the way up through. And they closed them out with a big-time performance down the stretch.
So for Detroit, they'll finish the first half of the schedule dead even at 4-4. And they'll get another road test next week as they head to the Windy City to take on the Bears. Meanwhile, for Oakland, the loss will drop them to 6-2 now on the year. And they'll get a chance to redeem themselves at home next week. Thanks for tuning in, everybody. Alongside Charles Davis, we thank our entire crew. I'm Brandon Gaudin. This is the NFL on EA Sports.